senior advisor to Bernie Sanders' presidential campaign. A lot of things obviously transpired over the course of the past several years, including the conversation about Palestinian rights, which never, ever made it into the presidential discussion before. Even in 2016, it was they were gently going into it. But 2020, there's a lot of things that obviously could have been done a lot better regarding the second Bernie Sanders presidential run. But I do think regarding the Israel-Palestine fight, this was something that was of tantamount importance in terms of the conversation that was driven in the right direction. And Bernie allowed it to be a vessel on his campaign. Credit to him, because he also evolved on the issue in many ways. What was your experience like regarding not just that particular topic, but also being in the Bernie circle and learning what you learned and what we could be doing going forward in terms of building that solidarity movement? Because Jen and I almost universally agree that the future rests with labor. Electoral politics will have its role, but solidarity within the labor movement, in my humble opinion, is the key ingredient to us getting where we need to go and combating the oligarchic control of our country, whether it is by Bezos, whether it is by Musk, whether it is by Bill Gates, who I still think is the most dangerous oligarch of them all.
Can I just clarify that we're talking about labor and not unions? Like, those are not necessarily the same thing. Like, we stand with labor.
No,
we don't always
Yeah, no. I didn't take it that way, and I wouldn't. I don't think I'm in any position to disagree with that take. It's hard sometimes to say what is the most important thing at any given time, place, and condition, but I don't see how the United States, we're already bringing up the rear of the worldwide movement, but engages in this fight without a very, very, very strong labor movement. And our previous guest, Shahid, was talking about it, and I think that's a place where we have some excitement, where we see people. Some of them are being supported by some of the larger unions, but only after these, frankly, grassroots baristas and packers and hopefully soon drivers,
yes,
right, have started to unite, and then you get a union coming in and saying, hey, you can use our office and make some calls. So I really agree that we need a very strong, and I think a labor movement. I think organizing the unemployed, the underemployed, and that's what you're saying, it's not just unions in the workplace, but it is us having the ability to frankly say, we are the people who make this country run. We've built it. We've developed it. We build the technology. We ship the products. We deliver the products. We need to have a say in what happens in our government. And frankly, we need control of what happens in our government. Going back to your initial premise around Bernie, it's not just being humble. It's just a fact. I was only the senior advisor during the last 4 or 5 weeks of the campaign. And before that, I was a surrogate. And so I had a lot more experience being a surrogate for the campaign than I did a real senior advisor. Once again, another fact, it's not a condemnation of them. I don't know that I was ever really a senior advisor to the campaign. Meaning I was never a part of inner circle conversations or dictating what happens with the campaign or any move. Maybe if I had have been welcomed into that position earlier, maybe I would have been asked to be in those rooms and those conversations, but I wasn't. And so I think that's really important for people to know. I've said it every single time when people ask me, because it's important. And I think it's also an answer to your question. The campaign maintained a very small circle of people who were around the senator, people who have been with him during the previous campaign, people who have been with him for many campaigns prior to that, people that he trusted. Objectively, I don't take offense to that, but I think that there are some huge drawbacks to keeping such a small circle of people who are not accepting of new ideas and radical new ways of doing things and new constituencies that other people may think are important and may think you need to talk to. And so I think that's a huge thing that hopefully a future left campaign will overcome. My time on the campaign and what I saw, Peter, let me tell you this. The biggest thing that I saw, and then maybe we can talk about some of the things I saw within the campaign, is the fact that They had me at barbershops. I did talks at barns, literal barns, barnstorms at barns. I did conversations and talks at universities, at churches, in rural America, in Latino parts of the country, in Black parts of the country, in urban centers in the country, in the West, in Iowa, and in the South. People love and want left politics. They are waiting, not waiting, but because of the way the electoral process is here, you can kind of say waiting, but they're waiting for a campaign and a candidate who can communicate with care and thoroughness what a left politic will do to put food on their table, put books in their kids' lockers, put jobs in their community. They love left politics. Yeah, Bernie was incredible. And I don't really have a lot bad to see. We knew what he was. He's an old guy who's not going to take new ideas really quickly. He's not going to pivot on the new identities and things super quickly. It takes a whole bunch of time. But at the end of the day, they love Nina Turner and they loved left politics, people coming together beyond difference, people advancing this country in a radical new direction that was for the everyday person and not the rich person in your town, city, state, or country or world. That is the big thing that it sounds cliche and maybe it is, but I was consistently blown away by the diversity of people that I engaged with who are excited about the promise of left politics being the dominant political arena and discourse of ideas in this country.
Thanks for watching. If you want to support our mission to transform politics into service, please like this video, subscribe, follow us on social media, and consider joining our Patreon, where you'll get early access to our interviews as well as other exclusive content. Links are in the description. Peace out.